All right,
But
what's
yeah,
up?
nigga, like what you call it, fool? Like you said, nigga, I need to drink some water, nigga. Shit, my fucking shit hurt. Like a
So
motherfucker. I can't even
what's
walk.
good, y'all? I got my news update and the person that sent me reaction video. So when I'm shutting out Bishop, this is who I'm talking about. He is one of the teammates of the podcast. I just put him on for the news, updates, and reaction video, guys. So when I do most some of my reactions, majority of the times he's the one, especially when it comes to the bodies and shit. He's the one that be sending me those videos to
Man,
react
it's
to.
because I'm an internet head ass nigga, bro, and I'm a lonely ass nigga. So all I do is sit on my phone and scroll through my shit, even when I'm at work, dog. So I got to hook up on all type of crazy ass shit. So
Yeah.
whatever he do a post on or whatever he do reviews on and shit, I'm gonna make sure y'all got some good shit to
And
watch. And
he's a good friend of mine, and he always kept me on hip. Like he's the one that actually put me on the other side of hip hop that I didn't
I,
even
I,
know
I, I,
existed.
but fuck them niggas, fuck them niggas. Let's go ahead and continue talking about what the fuck we talking about. I'm fucked up right now. I'm
All
still
right,
fucked up from the day
do
and shit.
your thing. You got
Anyway,
the
nigga.
floor. This is your first
But
time, so I'll let you talk most of the talking.
but yeah, nigga, I shouldn't have drunk all that motherfucking shit, nigga. I'm getting old in the bitch, nigga. I know. I'm
Yeah,
getting
man.
old, bro. I remember we used to get fucked up like this, wake up and be
Do it
nothing,
all over
nothing,
again.
all over again, nigga. And then you get fucked up the next day. Look, I look like somebody uncle right now walking and shit,
Nigga,
nigga. This shit crazy,
I
bro.
am somebody uncle, so chill with that. All right, I'm a couple of niggas uncles around.
Matter of fact, I think I am too, nigga. But let's be honest, nigga. I'm what? I know I am, nigga. All my cousins with kids and shit like that can fuck.
But I'm like a great uncle by now, nigga.
Yeah, yeah, man.
OG uncle now. I was
I
little
gotta
nigga
figure out, man.
at 13.
I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out where all my shit is at,
Okay,
nigga.
so
Because I gotta figure my keys.
I have a few questions for you.
What's up, nigga?
Okay, so with the King David, with the David case, right? What made you want me to react to that video, and what information do you have on that video? Because I have some information, but I probably don't have as much as you because you are the news guy. But I want to know what information that you have on the case.
Man, all I know is the dude is a fantastic singer, man. Fucking great singer, like one of the best singers I've heard in fucking forever, bro. And it's so sad and unfortunate that I had to only hear about him. And well, I've heard his songs a couple times, but I thought he was a white dude, right?
Right.
And then it wasn't until I saw a fucking link saying that some girls found chopped up in some dude's car and shit. And then I really checked them out, and then I became a fan of him. But it's kind of weird because I became a fan with him when I found out he probably possibly killed some little girl, which is kind of fucked up, nigga. Like, you know what I mean to
This
say,
shit is
dog.
like some R. Kelly shit with a fucking
It's not even R.
serial
Kelly, bro.
killer.
This is like
Right, yeah, like some
this is
serial
like
killer shit. Like I don't know
it's
how
like
you.
a Stephen King novel or some
Right,
shit, bro. Like
exactly, nigga. This
it
shit.
is. It's
And the
like the
right
most
and the
sickest. It's the most sickest. And people gonna get on my ass for saying this though. Somebody already did got on my ass for saying this, but it's the most beautiful, sickest thing I've ever seen in my life because you know me, I'm an artist, and you know I love music, I love film and all that.
you like
And
the story behind it.
I'm into a good horror story, right? And this is where that's where people fall off with me. This is not just a book novel. This is somebody's real life and all that. Yeah, yeah, I understand this shit though. But I'm just saying though, bro. Like you know, like this is really fucked up though. But like, is it safe to say that you can't separate the art from the artist? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's fucked up to say, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I wish that never happened to that little girl. I wish that nigga would have left her alone once he got famous. He would have had some senses to himself to leave to let that girl alone. Like,
Bro,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
just a weird case in general because
And
most.
he should have at least like somebody even said in the comments and shit, like, why didn't you just take her home, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what is he
Like
doing with a young ass girl that age?
he shouldn't. Well, you
That's
know
what I'm
what,
saying.
dog?
He was 17.
There's
Hold on, real quick. I want to say this. When y'all was growing up, right? When we all growing up, we
yeah,
know when you 17, when you're like 9 and 10, you hung with 9 and 10 year olds, right? When you
yeah.
a teenager, you hang with teenagers. When you're in your 20s, you hang with niggas in your 20s. How are you 17?
Talking to an 11-year old shit. Yeah.
The
So the
reason
thing
why I
is about the
say
internet, though. The internet is weird and shit, bro. Like because if you look up that nigga life, right? So he grew up in what Houston, right? and he never was outside. He was like a homeschool kid apparently and shit. And all he was doing was he was one of them niggas that stayed in the house
looking
and
at
played on the
porn.
internet. And his whole world was in the internet. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, you're on the internet. You're talking to people. You don't really know what they look like sometimes. And all you have is a voice that you're going by off of and shit. You know, and you're lonely like that. You're in a house playing games and you're just talking to people who don't even know who they are, and you're falling and you're getting into character and you're building some type of compassion and you find a bond and shit. Just I just think that's probably what happened to the nigga, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he just
But
didn't
I
let it
mean,
go.
I guess
I'm
maybe
sure there
I
was
was.
some type of I'm sure there was some type of perversion in that too. Don't get it
Yeah,
wrong.
that's what
Like,
I'm
you know
saying.
what
Like
I'm
I think like, you know, my family would have never accepted that. I wouldn't have never accepted that for my son. And I would not allow my daughter to be dating no motherfucking nigga ain't going nowhere. And that we gotta wonder where the
So
parent
Jamaica, let's be honest though, bro. So I'm gonna talk about this. I'm about the real world here. I'm sometimes we can all say what shouldn't happen and what
what
could and could la
should
la la la.
right.
What couldn't. But let's talk about what reality is and what
Facts.
really happens and shit. So yeah, there's a huge gap between the 17 and motherfucking 11-year old, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time though, how many when me and you were in middle school, dog, me and you both know we both saw niggas coming and picking up these girls in the middle of in middle school and then dropping them back off back at middle school. I mean, we was in high school. We saw all the niggas picking up them hoes in the motherfucking parking lot and then bringing them back in and shit, putting on their makeup back on and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's just get real, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's this shit, this whole young woman with older nigga shit. It ain't, yeah, by law, it's not okay. And I'm not trying to say it's okay and shit like that. I'm not. What I'm trying to get people to look at, nigga, is the reality of things, nigga. Like, how many girls have you picked up, nigga, that was just getting out of high school, nigga? I know I have. Like, you know what I'm
It's
saying,
not
nigga? Like, let's
honestly. It's
be
not a
real,
lot.
nigga.
It's not a lot. And I never picked no girl up from out of high school.
Man, there was a couple times,
Look,
bro.
like 2 years ago. Two
Right
years
when I
ago,
graduated and shit.
I clapped a
Right.
I clapped a 19-year-old, but that's the most I ever did. And
You
I'm
feel
like,
what I'm saying, though? But yeah, though. But how old are you? But how are you compared to that 19-year-old, though, bro? That's a big gap, dog.
yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? So
hmm,
let's be real, dog. Like, think
yeah,
about it. If you were her parents and you found out that she was 19 and she clapped a nigga that, oh, you probably would have shook your head a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, dog.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's
I
get
agree
real,
with
bro.
you. I agree with you.
Let's just get real. So yeah, it's wrong, nigga. But let's not act like these young girls don't be going and looking for your girls, young women, bro. I've noticed, dog. They want adventure. They want a stud. They want freedom, and they want a
They
good ride, bro. They want a
and
good ride, bro, and a
not
good
only
time,
that,
bro.
a man that everybody wants. Like they don't want a man that no other women don't want. They want
Yeah,
a
but
man
I'm just
that
talking
everybody
about as
wants.
far as what would draw this
It
a
seemed
woman
like
to
he was
be to
into
what that is.
that. That seemed like that was a sick fantasy he was into, bro. Because he was talking about this shit before any of this shit happened. Like it was
Yeah.
like a sick fantasy, and then he was into gore. Like I don't know how anybody could be into bloody sex. Like I was saying on the video, like if a girl is on her period, nigga, I could wait. I know gore isn't that, but I'm saying that's how on gory I am with when it comes to sex and shit like that, right? So I don't know how a nigga can get off to gore porn, like, and I know it's just acting and whatever, but it's just something there. Like I never woke up in the morning and be like, let me look up some bloody, gory sex with my man.
Yeah.
Not only all right, it's one thing to be weird and sick like that in your head, right? But if you sick like that in your head and you're doing with other grown people, I can understand that. But you doing this shit with a little girl and you've been stalking and making songs and harassing this little girl and she's dead in the truck. But in a Tesla, but also the thing that I'm concerned again, and I'm gonna keep going back to is where were her parents in these times where these things were
Man,
happening?
her parents knew that she was dealing with some millionaire nigga, and what happened was is I think what happened was is they were like, okay, somebody probably told her, well, she's just living her young life. How often does a little girl meet a millionaire and shit like that? They're probably
Right.
like, let her go live this whatever. At least we know she's with a millionaire. She probably be said. They probably didn't think none of this stuff was getting
Right.
ready to happen.
I can agree.
They figured that.
That's
You know,
That's
and I hate to be
true.
racist and shit, and I'm not trying to be racist or nothing like that, bro. But you already know, like, within it's gonna be fucked up. It's gonna be real fucked up to say
No,
that.
talk your shit, bro. This is why we have the
Okay,
pot. This is why we have this
listen, bro.
floor.
Like within sometimes, not all the time, right? I've seen this, bro. Okay,
Hmm.
I could be wrong, so I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, I don't mind being corrected, right? But from what I've seen, and we can't always say that because that's like if some white person say from what I've seen, black people are this is Latin the third. So I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm gonna go ahead and say what I'm gonna say.
Allegedly.
Okay. Sometimes like in the Latin community, sometimes like, you know, they be letting shit like that slide, bro.
No,
Like
I don't think they're
In the
being
Latin
racist. I
community
think that it's true.
sometimes in the Latin community, like they be letting their 14-year-old girls sometimes dog mess around with older niggas and shit and they be turning the other cheek out
But you know
sometimes,
what?
bro. You know what I'm
You know what? To
saying?
your defense again, too. In different backgrounds, different cultures, different beliefs, it's different. Because when I was in Jamaica as a kid, I was running. But this is Jamaica though. You know what I'm saying? But I was running around as a kid. There wasn't no limitations of where I could go. As long as I'm in the area where if she can find me, she can find me. But as long as I'm not, but that's the thing. She's venturing off into. I'm a Cali boy. Elsinore from Elsinore to LA at 14, bro. Like how nobody didn't catch that, and she was streaming with this nigga. How nobody didn't report that, bro. And again, my nigga, if this is my daughter, I don't give a fuck what he has. I don't give a fuck how much money he is. I need to know who you are, what you're doing with my daughter at your age, and why is she not
I'm
being
sure he
called?
did. I'm sure they. I don't know positively, but I'm sure. But
Because I know if it was me and you, bro, we coming to shut shit down. I would hope so. Because
oh yeah,
all
off top,
you feel me, and that's what I'm
off
saying,
top.
bro. As a
The thing
father,
is when that shit happened with Mika, right? I don't know if I told you, but somebody put their hands on my daughter. I think I told you that, right?
yeah, you did.
Somebody put their hands on my daughter, but I was in a rehab facilitation and shit, and it took me everything in my power not to do nothing, bro, because I had to realize, and I'm glad I didn't, because if I would have left, I would have never got that scholarship, bro,
Yeah.
and got to school and all that. So I made the right decision, but a lot of people still don't agree with me for not doing nothing to that nigga, bro. You know, and they still don't sit right with some of my friends, nigga, that I still ain't gonna do nothing to that nigga, bro. And I in my heart, I really do regret not doing nothing to that nigga,
No,
bro.
but like,
But
no, you
I
don't
have to
regret.
make sure that I don't do the wrong thing because I don't want to go back to jail, bro.
Pick your battles wisely, my nigga.
Yeah.
Always, because at the end of the day, proving that you're tough don't really prove nothing, nigga. Taking from a nigga that was thugging, bro. It doesn't really prove nothing. And niggas still don't respect that. And then the next nigga gonna still try to check you behind being tough. So being tough isn't always the answer, bro. Sometimes you gotta pick your battles wisely anyway. You feel me? So
Ah,
that was a battle you ain't need to be involved in the first goddamn place. So what
I'm sorry, bro.
well, do you have any other news or updates for me? So for now, like, do you have any other news I need to look up? Any videos that you recommend me to react to or anything like that?
Man, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck happened last night, dog.
This nigga still on last
I'm over here like picking up crumbs and chips and shit, dog. But I don't even know what the fuck happened.
night. You
I
wanna
don't,
tell
like
me
I said,
what
I'm
happened
outside
and
right now. Like I said, I'm outside right now and shit, nigga. I don't know where my jacket is. I don't know where none of my shit is at, bro.
where's the bar that you went to?
It's down the street and shit, dog.
You might want to go back to that bar.
I'm gonna
Retrace
call him and shit, bro.
retrace your
¿Tu dinero
steps to
todo
the
bien?
bar back
Huh?
home.
Tony,
My-
tu dinero, ¿todo bien?
oh, hey, let me call you back, bro.